Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Love It or Shove It. It's actually our 73rd episode. I can't believe how fast the time goes. It's me, Irina Portnova, here with my co host, Bruno Gill. And we are coming today live to talk about the event that's coming on October 28th. It's called Experience Love Again After Divorce, and we are both are going to present at that event as well as other amazing speakers. And we just come in live here just to chat a little bit. Why is this such a great event for everybody to join? Although this event is mostly for the people who have gone through divorce, but it's actually for anybody who had the recent heartbreak and now is healing and is opening their heart again for the new love. Because again, love is always there. And it's available to every one of us. There is no such a thing as, some people are more lucky than the other ones. Love is something that we are all here to experience. And it's just for us to have the desire to experience it again and do not bring our baggage from prior relationship, do not bring our limitations, and do not have any doubts that it's possible. Bruno, what do you think?
Yes, absolutely. So, hello to everybody. How are you all today? Yes, this topic is very, very crucial. Divorce keeps happening and happening and happening more and more and more throughout like over the years. And I myself come from a divorced family, uh, and it ain't pretty. Watching being influenced by somebody who's getting a divorce or getting a divorce yourself, it ain't pretty. Um, I was the son who was getting influenced by his parents getting a divorce, so I was getting dragged, right? And it's it's actually it's quite hard, like as a kid, to see your parents split up, your whole life changes. You don't want your life to change, but it eventually changes because you don't have any other chance, right? And you're gonna have to pick sides because your parents force you to pick sides. No, he's gonna stay with me. No, he's gonna stay with me. No, he's gonna stay with me. And then like if you stay with your mother will not stop saying like bad stuff about your father. If you stay with your father will not stop saying bad things about your mother, right? And so if you're looking to get a divorce, or if you're looking to also, or if you got a divorce, right? You should attend, um, and you should really attend because kids going through that is not very fair. Projecting to your kids is also not the best thing to do. I'm not saying that you will, but at the same time, I'm not saying that you won't, right? All I'm saying is like, um, all I'm saying is that it's like uh, you can be and do anything you want to do, right? And there's no need for you to feel lonely and alone, and maybe not knowing how you're really not like going to do something, right? So I figure that the best way for you to know what you can do and how you can do it and take care of yourself emotionally is by joining it, right? And learning from 20 more than 20 speakers, right? 28 speakers to be precisely, right? And we talk about like how to manifest it. We talk about self love. We um, talk about loads of things, right? And yeah, I think that's right. Think about your kids. Think about yourself, right? And you got to also think about your emotional well-being and well-being in general, right? And yeah, that's also very, very important. So absolutely, join.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks so much for sharing. You know what comes for me because the whole idea to have this event happened when I was actually processing everything on my end because I was on the verge of divorce 6 years ago, but I manifested our marriage back. And this year, it was different. We were both ready for it. And just saying that 6 years ago, when I felt lost, when I felt that the ground is just shaking under me, I wish that I was coming across something like what we are doing this time. And I could speak to people who have been in that journey, and I could have the tools. Because remember, when we have the tools how to navigate through our emotional experiences, through our life experiences. And these are the tools that work when we pick them up and work them. That would be so much easier for me to go through that stage when, as opposed to what I just had to deal with, because I was lost, I was on my own, there was nobody to turn to. And that's exactly what was the main goal beyond behind this event, because I want people to connect. I want people do not feel that this is something that's wrong with them, because a lot of people can relate to them. A lot of people go through the similar experience, and it's all about, let's connect, let's find our tribe, and let's receive the guidance and support that we all can receive if we open our hearts and our minds to that. And that was actually something that I had envisioned when I was creating this event. And I'm so grateful for everybody who is contributing. I'm so grateful for everybody who is bringing their experiences, their professionalism, and just sharing, generously sharing with everybody what this is all about and how we can navigate it better. Again, I know that society looks at the divorce as this is something negative, and a lot of times we can feel that we failed. But in actuality, the way I look at it, the divorce is not the curse, but rather is the blessing. Because whatever we go through in our life, it's given to us for the reason, and all the struggles that we go through are making us stronger, right? So we in that course of the events that happening in our life, we become stronger, we connect to our inner power that we hardly ever tap into unless something drastic happens in our life and we have no choice but just navigate the life. And that's exactly when we realize that, wow, we are more powerful than what we thought we were, right? And it's amazing just to know that there is nothing wrong with you, because it can happen to anybody. And as long as you still can maintain emotionally balance, as long as you can be civilized and go through that experience and just remain the best version of yourself. And this is exactly what requires us to grow and evolve, this kind of situation, right? So with these circumstances, we do not get better, we learn how to get better.
Hmm.
Bruno, what comes as I'm sharing?
No, it comes like a lot of things. I mean, you said something very important, which is like the way people are like the way people are seen as divorced.
Mhm,
Like you
mhm,
seen, like you said something very important there, which is like this society and like they see something as bad, but it's
mhm,
not. They're like it's actually something. It can be very good, right?
mhm,
Because look, I'm gonna speak like a little bit more like from the external side, because a lot of people can be like, oh yeah, but like yeah, but other people don't matter. Yeah, but if other people didn't matter, you wouldn't think about them, right?
mhm,
So like let me just put you on game here, right? People don't even know what's best for themselves. Don't get fooled by what they say about you getting divorced or not, right? The same people who are telling you to not get a divorce, some of them wish to get the balls to have one, but they don't. Some of them. Some people not, some people yes, but the ones who probably say for you to not have one usually are the ones that wish to have the courage to get that divorce and they can't. Simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta understand that, like, well, you can try to understand that, right? And maybe your parents are not, they don't support that. But your parents, they don't live your life. You do. Your friends don't support that, but your friends don't live your life. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Their friends live their life, and you live yours. And if they don't support you, well, then they're not your friend. And if your family doesn't support you in what you want, and they think it's not good, then they're not for you, right? And that's the same thing. It's like, um, look, when you met that person had something in common with you. You decided to take a risk. That person does not support that. That person doesn't like that. That means you don't have anything in common anymore. And the things you do have in common maybe they're not as important, right, as the things that truly matter, right? Maybe you have things that are not as maybe you have things in common that are not as important, but the things that are important you don't have in common. And if you prioritize the things that matter and you don't have anything in common with the other person, well, then it's time to go. It's time to leave. It's time to search for new things. We had our fun. We had our time, right? We had like what we maybe we had kids and maybe like it was amazing, right? If we don't have things in common anymore, if we don't relate to each other anymore, then we're not doing anything together anymore. Forget about like staying together for our families to love us. Forget about staying together so our friends and people don't talk about us, right? That's a recipe for suicide. That's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for feeling unworthy, for feeling like complete trash and garbage, right? You're supposed to live your life the way you want to live your life, right? And that's the most important thing, right? And so I don't say this to judge you. I don't say this to criticize you. I don't say this to harm you. I don't say this in any other way. I just say this in a way where I'm being real with you and I'm being honest with you and I'm trying to be honest with you and really real with you in a way that not many people can actually be because people don't care that much. And again, I'm not saying this in a criticizing way or I'm not judging you. I'm just saying this because it's true. Sometimes we think people care about us, but they're not actually able to show us that they care about us, right? And they're not even willing to put in the effort with their words, right? And so I'm telling you, you gotta, like your safety, your emotional safety, your your mental safety, your spiritual safety. That's your responsibility, right? And so between sacrificing yourself for somebody who does not relate to you anymore, does not like you anymore, doesn't want to be with you anymore, right? Because of whatever reasons it is, right? Uh, if you sacrifice yourself for that person instead of being like, you know what, you don't want me, then fine, I don't want you to. That's what it is. Why? We had our time, we had our fun, we did what we had to do. That's it, and there we go, right? Simple. And you gotta take that chance, right? So uh, this all this that we're doing, this is not a place for you to come and think what's best for your marriage. This is a place for you to come to think what's best for you, whether if it is with your marriage and you decide to stay in your marriage, or if you decide to leave the marriage and see what's best for you yourself, right? This is for you, not for you and your partner. This is for you and only you, for what you want to do, for what you want to be. Do you want to get a divorce, or have you got a divorce and now what is the next step? This is for you, right? For you to know what's best for you, and that's really what I want to really, address, right? So yes, yeah, like forget about people, forget about family, forget about friends, forget about all that. Do what's best for you, right? So if that means getting a divorce, well then yeah, get a divorce, man. Like that's what it is.
You know what, I wanted to say about something very important, because during that event, you are going to really connect more with yourself and you really want to understand more, what does it mean to love yourself? What does it mean to listen to your inner voice? What does it mean to be more compassionate to yourself? What does it mean not to be very judgmental to you towards yourself, right? Because a lot of times we are so pressured, and like Bruno mentioned, like we start thinking about everybody else, what people are going to say once everything is happening. um, then like how is it going to relate to exactly the life that you are living? Because we all have one life, and if we are not creating that happiness for ourselves, everybody around us is not going to receive the benefits of our present. Neither our kids, who see that we are not experiencing that true love and happiness, or somebody else, right? So like I said, it's very, very important to connect to our needs first, and to evaluate that relationship. Again, when two people are willing to work on it, yes, it's another story. But if one person checked out and another person is trying to do everything possible and still can't glue together the broken vase, right? So the thing is that there is a time for us just to pause and reflect and look at our life and see what is something that I would love to see differently for myself. And especially when we talk about women, we as women, we are raised with the sense of being caring, being nurturing, and we are the ones to put ourselves to the last place. We take care of everybody else, but not ourselves. So this is a great event where you can actually connect to who you are and connect to what exactly is something that you want to have for yourself. You care less about everybody else, but you really focus on you. And this is something we were not trained to do. This is something they were not teaching us in schools. And that's why this kind of event is very valuable, because either you are coming to this for the first time, or this is something that you've attended other events, but each event is unique because the insights, the clarity, the breakthrough that you are going to receive as you are listening to the other people interviews are phenomenal. So we truly, truly invite you to just give yourself that gift. Give yourself the gift of dedicating an hour a day, because everything comes in the form of the interviews, which are coming to your inbox. Every morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will receive the email with 2 interviews for the 2 experts per day, and you have 24 hours to dedicate 1 hour a day just to watch them. And I'm sure you can find that 1 hour per day, whether it's going to be a 30 minutes in the morning interview, and then 30 minutes later on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, yes, yes. I was just saying. Yeah, no, I can hear now. Now you're good because your mic
Mhm.
sounded a little bit robotic for like 5 minutes.
Right. So what I was saying, that we all can have an hour of our time a day for 24 hours to dedicate to ourselves, right? And for the next 14 days, starting this Monday, you will receive the emails with 2 experts per day on different topics. And you have the schedule. You can see which interviews you want to watch. And we do our best, because we come live every day with the experts, so you can see the people that are on the panel. You can connect to somebody and see who you really want to hear from. You'll have the titles. So this is all up to you, how you want to actually consume and see what great information you are learning from it, because you also claim the free gifts that are there with you for you to explore. Because remember, when we are in the situation like that, we want to heal, and that requires the time just with ourselves. That requires the time when we go within and just asking ourselves the quality questions that we want to receive the answers for. And that's exactly the time where when the more we connect to ourselves, the more we understand what is there for us to work on and how we want our relationship, new relationship to look like going forward. And again, it's not only for people who have been in the divorce, maybe somebody who is thinking about it and are kind of on the verge, figuring out what's for them and what's not for them. And for the people who are experiencing the heartbreak, they had the relationship and now that relationship is gone and they feel out of place, they feel lost, and they need some extra support. That's exactly what that event is going to give you. So I highly, highly recommend everybody because it's absolutely complimentary. All it requires for you to make a decision, yes, I'm open to learn something new. I'm open for the opportunities, and I know that I'm going to feel better once I start listening to all these experts, once I connect with the community of like minded people. I know that I'm not going to be alone on this journey, and I know that it's going to be awesome. Bruno, anything else you wanted to add? Because Bruno is going to talk about self-love. Just give us a little bit. Why is it important to connect to ourselves and really exercise the self-love?
Yeah, well, it's very important for us to connect to ourselves because, well, first of all, it's that's what true connection means in the first place. Like, you don't want to live a lie, right? I think nobody wants. Irina doesn't want to live a lie. I don't want to live a lie. Nobody wants to live a lie. And the reality is that people have been fed a lie forever since the moment they were born, and all the generations before, right? It's like the things that promise you connection, they just disconnect you even more, right? And believing the TV because it's the TV, right? But they're there, right? So but they're supposed to tell us the truth, right? Yeah, in theory, yes, but in practice, no, right? That's not how it works. Because then
Mhm,
this would be Alice in Wonderland, and it is, but not in that sense. It's Alice in Wonderland because not because the TV is supposed to say the truth, right? Or because the government is supposed to save us. Oh my God, and give us our pension. No, it's Alice in Wonderland because you actively always have the power to choose if you want to disconnect yourself from yourself by believing in lies, or you choose to love yourself and you choose to like put effort and embody like the person you want to be, right? And that's the thing is like you're getting a divorce or you got one and you're running on empty, right? And you don't have the fear, you don't know what to do or what you can do or how you can do it, right? Join the summit, go into it, right? Go into it.
mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just so important, right? And it's for
Mhm,
free as well, right? Like
mhm,
you're getting advice from people who charge like thousands of dollars for like 6 month
mhm,
sessions, 3 month sessions, and you're getting a
mhm,
30-minute talk with them, with 28 of them, including myself,
mhm,
for free. You're getting so much knowledge, so much information, and you can note everything down, right? And it's too good to not attend, to
mhm,
not register, to not dive in and let your guard down, right? Because the only thing threatening here is it threatens your old life. It threatens your old patterns. But that's a good thing because you want to create new patterns and you want to create a new life, much more successful than the one you had, for sure, right? We always want better, right?
mhm,
So if it threatens your old life for a better new life, is it really bad? Is it really wrong? Is it really something like that you are going to not like? Of course it is not. It's something you're going to adore. It's something that you're going to want more and more and more and more and more, and you can get that for your own life within this summit. So show up because you not only will find the reasons, not only you will find the reasons for you to connect with yourself, with my talk specifically, right? but especially you're going to find out how, right? And so everybody knows that connection to ourselves, and everybody knows that self-love and fulfillment and all those things are very important. But if they don't know the how, they will always stay in the theory, right? What you get with this summit is the why, and you get the how, and you can implement those things. And it's very crucial that you show up because you know you need it. So yes,
We're
that's
all on
basically
this
what I.
journey together and we are growing, we are learning. Nobody knows it all. And like I said,
Yep.
we are also learning from each other on the panel because I'm super excited. Like when I was interviewing people, it was going into a new experience because everybody has their own wisdom, everybody shares their own journeys, and it's powerful. It's again just to tap into that connection where you realize that you are not alone on this journey, and you stop feeling the shame, you stop feeling the guilt, and you just open your heart and you connect with the people. And that's exactly what life is all about. It's just, like overcome your circumstances, be above that, and just know where to take you, right? Do not feel that just, like staying in one place or hiding under the covers, because we all can confidently walk our life no matter what life throws at us. And that's exactly what this event is all about. Just connect to your power, because you have in a lot of that power inside of you. And just because when the moments like that happen in our life, they do not have to shake us, but rather make us even stronger, make us even more resilient, and make us even more confident that, hey, this is not the end of life. And if the end of one relationship just signifies that there is something greater on the horizon, knowing that when one chapter of your life is finished, there is another one to be opening, and something powerful, something amazing that is ahead of you, if you wish to really, really decide for it. So we invite everybody to join. There is a link uh, in this conversation. So just click the link and register for this summit, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining, for listening, for keep growing, for keep becoming the best version of yourself, because this is the gift that you are given for yourself. Keep loving, keep growing, and we love you all. Thank you. Bye.